Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week we are going to be doing another functional minimalistic style plan for this coming week in my Hobonichi cousin Avec. So if you would be interested to see how I set up this next week in my planner, then go ahead and keep watching. So I did go ahead and kind of change up my Hobonichi. If you have watched any of my videos, you know I originally had a Hobonichi cover on my planner, and then I swapped it to another cover that I bought off of Amazon last year, and now I don't have a cover at all. And I did go ahead and take all of the stickers off that I originally set my planner up with. If you would like to see what stickers I ended up using, I'll link it in the card above. But I went ahead and I had some old sterling ink vellum from one of the 2023 subscriptions that I had last year, and I cut it down to A5 size. I did layer a regular piece of paper underneath it just so it's not so sheer, and then I did add one of my stickers back to it, and I really like the way this looks. It's very summer spring-ish, and I'm kind of liking the way it looks. So now that we've got the look out of the way, we're going to go ahead and flip to the week that we are going to be planning, and that is the week of April the 29th through May the 5th. And I did go ahead and kind of look through my washi, kind of set up what my aesthetic is going to be for this week. And I do have this old washi. I think I might have bought it off of Amazon last year at some point, but it's got the mountains and green and blue skies, and it just looks to me kind of like spring slash summertime. So I decided to use this washi, and we're going to layer it at the bottom. And then I did have in my little pencil case this mild liner that I used in my actual work planner just recently. And this is the Smoke Blue mild liner. I typically use Tombos in my planners, but I do like mild liners as well. So I think I'm going to be using this for all of my headers, my sidebar, all of my appointments, and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be the color that we're going to go with along with this washi, and it's giving summer. So that's what we're going to work with. I am going to also just caveat that I'm going to be changing it up, my layout, a little bit differently. I'm going to go back to not separating reading and my meals. As you can see this week, my meals, I was not good about like documenting. Tuesday didn't document anything. I'd had a couple of breakfasts that I didn't document. Friday I didn't even show what I did for lunch and dinner. So it's very sporadic, and it's just, I like seeing my meals, but I think I just like it better when I just have the full like 24 hours on a page. I don't need the meals. So we're going to go back to no meals. We're not going to have a separate section for reading, and we're just going to document in here what time I start reading and what time I stop reading every afternoon. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to go and put this washi down, and I do have my ruler that I like to use to cut my washi. This is old washi, and I'm really hoping that it tears nicely, because you never really know with old washi how good it's going to be, because washi does go bad. Yeah, it's so pretty. All right, so we're just gonna put this down on the bottom, because typically I am not awake. Once it hits like 2, I'm usually not awake, even on the weekends when I'm like doing a bunch of reading. 1:30 is usually the latest that I'm ever awake. And that's only if the book is really good. So anything after 1:30 is kind of dead space for me. So that's why I like to put down washi at the bottom, because then I don't have just a big like gap with nothing written in. I need to move this so it's out of the way. This way it covers up this bottom section, gives it something a little colorful and decorative, and makes use of this space at the bottom. So that is the washi at the bottom, and it is so cute. I love it. All right, I'm gonna put this back because this is my little flag. This is why I like having little tabs at the bottom that are reusable, because I don't have to worry about the tabs ripping on the side. And then as the week progresses, I just take this off and move it around. And then once this gets, like, the stickiness starts to go away, which is probably going to be going away in the next couple of weeks, I'm probably going to need a new one. And I just, you know, I have a pack of, I don't know, like 50 of these, and I just make a new one and call it a day, and we're good to go again for the next, I don't know, 3 months or so. All right, so now that we have the washi down at the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and use my mild liner, and I'm gonna do my sidebar. On my sidebar, I track my sleep, I track my workouts, and then I have to-do list. So that is what we're going to work with now. We're going to tilt this to the side because I write sideways. Now if you end up using mild liners, sometimes whenever you draw a line and you pull up the marker, you'll have like a chunk of ink that's left over. If you take your finger, usually if you have enough, if you do it right away, the little darkness at the very end will go away. Just a little tip and trick for you. But there's that. And now we're going to go back into my pen case, and I'm going to be using my Muji pen in 0 through 8. My absolute favorite pen of all time for the Hobonichi Cousin. And we're going to go ahead and write in my sleep. I track from 10 hours down to 4. I will say I usually sit at like the 6-hour mark, but on the off chance that I end up getting a lot of sleep, I like to go all the way up to 10 hours, just so I can see kind of those peaks and valleys of how much sleep I get. Okay, so we have that down, and then I do have in my pencil case my Westcott ruler, my go-to for my Hobonichi Cousin as well. Now the next part is going to be my workouts. So, bloop. And it takes away that extra little chunk of ink. All right, and then so for my workouts, I do like a strong lift, it's a weightlifting plan, and I only work out 3 times a week now. And there's just, you know, I have a very set, rigid, I do squats on this day, I do bench press on this day. Like, I have very set work plan. And so all I have to do is mark out the days that I do work out. So it's usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to do like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then a line, and I'll just X out the day that I work out. I think that's the what I'm gonna do. So, and then the day that I work out, I'll just do like an X, so that way I can annotate what day that was for my workouts. And then the last section I'm gonna do at the bottom is going to be my to-do list. So if I do an X here, then a space, okay. And then this is where I'm just gonna annotate like all the different things that I need to do this week, such as like all of the videos I want to record and upload, watering my plants, I do want to wash my car, kind of things like that. I don't have them on the top of my head right now, so that I'll be doing offline, so that way I can jot down everything that I want to do during this week. And now we're going to go to the body of my planner, and I'm going to highlight first all of my work times and my appointments. And then after I highlight them, all of the time slots in, then I'm going to go back and use my Muji pen and kind of write in what that is. So like I said at the intro of this video, I use my planner functionally. So I like to time block everything that I'm doing, so that way I can kind of see what I'm doing and where those gaps are of, you know, time that I have for myself, or times that I'm having to take care of my girls, or whatever the case may be. So we're going to go ahead and time block all of the work hours and appointment times. Okay, so I have all of the time blocks done. I did realize as I was doing it that on Tuesday and Wednesday, I should have drawn my line over the times, kind of like I did everything else. I don't know why. I was in my head, I guess, but whatever. So this is kind of what my time looks like for this coming week. And so now I'm going to go in and just kind of write in what all of this stuff means. So all of the different actual appointment names. Okay, so this is what my plan looks like. This is kind of a before the pen spread for the week of the 29th of April through the 5th of May. There is not a lot right now, but by the end of this next week, once we go back to it, we're going to be able to see all of the little, you know, meetings and tasks that I have to go to during my work week, what I end up doing in the afternoons. I'll have when I start reading, what books I'm reading, you know, when I have to do laundry, when I have to do all sorts of different things. So this will be filled up by the end of the day on the 5th. All of this will look much different than it does currently, but this is what I like to my plan to look like. I like to see the times on that day that I am busy doing something. It's just, I like to see this type of look. And so with that, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to this spot, go ahead and leave me like a sunshine emoji because it's starting to get warm and it's going to be sunny, and I'm kind of happy for it, but then I'm also kind of sad that I'm missing all of my sweatshirts and stuff that I usually love to be in. So if you made it to this part, leave me a sunshine emoji. That way I know that you made it. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.